And there's a word that I'm going to talk about today, and I'm going to say it a lot, and the word is deliberate. That's one of the ingredients that this market is missing. And what we're going to talk about today is different ways that we can be deliberate in what we do. The worst feeling in the world for successful people, new people, people in a business, 5 years or 5 days, is when you feel like you're floundering. Raise your hand if through the last 3 years you've ever felt that you were floundering. Okay. Isn't that, it's a terrible, terrible feeling because you don't know to go right or go left, whatever. It's like driving to a house with me. Okay? Where are we going? All right, so we're going to really get specific about, and we're going to be deliberate about what we're doing. All right, here's ultimately what we're going to cover today. My goal is, and let me start off with this statement. And this is a powerful statement, and this is one of those statements I want you to internalize, and that is, it is always us, and it is never, never the market. Always us, and never the market. Anytime you make the statement, it's the market. How are things going? Now, this market is tough. Okay? You are setting yourself back 2, 3, 4 steps. It is never. You know you're never supposed to say never? I'm saying it now. It is never the market. It is always us. And you don't, what I want you to is internalize the power when you get that. When you get that statement to say, well, Mark's saying here, it's always up to me to drive through whatever the environment's going to do. I was at the ResPro conference in California yesterday. And I will tell you this, that I don't see HUD being a big help from a standpoint to make any revolutionary changes to the marketplace. We were fortunate enough to have the second in command of HUD there and listening to all the regulations. We had a list of attorneys there to really, it was really a great event because they were basically going up and back. You had the attorneys saying, why would HUD ever think about doing this? The comment that was said more than once is, we're concerned with the air quality at the HUD office because something must be affecting your thought process. That is the comments that were coming out at this meeting, all right? So, you know, for someone sitting on the sidelines for once, that was pretty interesting. Okay, that was a lot of fun. So, we're not going to focus on what the market's going to do for us. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. What we're going to focus is today is how we're going to be deliberate and how we're going to win regardless what the market is going to do. Now, the key word there is choose to earn. Step 1 is being deliberate of what you need to earn and what you want to earn. It's not up to the market, it's up to you. Number 2, what we'll cover today, is tools to keep a positive and productive mindset. You know, I get, for lack of a better word, ridiculed about how much I talk about mindset. But I cannot tell you how powerful and how important it is. It starts here. If you are thinking incorrectly, you will make bad decisions. And those decisions, okay, will cost you down the road. So we'll talk about that. Number 3, efficiencies that save you time and money. Number 4, we'll talk about building yourself a long-term asset. And last, but certainly not least, we're going to talk about creating the confidence and the inspiration to succeed in any environment. What I want to get out of today is I want you to be able to say to yourself, you know what? I'm my best friend. I get it. And regardless that I have a bad day today and a bad day tomorrow, that's not my career. I get it. There's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days. The reality of it is I'm looking at my career as a whole, and that is up to me to develop that career. Not one day, not 24 hours, not a month. All right, so let's move on. I want to give you a visual of what I just went over. We talked about being deliberate. We're going to cover mindset, leadership, tools and systems, and plans and activities. Now, the reason I wanted to put this in a visual aid, let me do it in a story. What? Okay. Very good.
I have your attention, please. I have your attention, please. We'll be testing those fire alarm light safety systems. Alarms may see or hear.
Okay. Regardless of what the market does, we will endure. And luckily for you, I have a huge mouth. All right, so we will talk over whatever we need to do in between this. All right, so the reality of why I put this in a visual aid was to get this across. Have you ever gone out and you partied a little bit too much and you were a little tipsy? Has that ever happened to anyone? Okay, only 3 people in here. Good, good. All right. Do you have the freedom if you, let's say, you were just, you were out and you said, you know what, I'm going in the next day, and just to turn it off, or in fact, not the next day, you were leaving the bar and going someplace in a cab. You were going someplace in a cab, and you were getting there, and you could just turn it off and start working. Would you be as effective as you should be? No. Okay. The reality of this is like it or not, these things work together. I know sometimes we like to piecemeal it. And we like to say, I don't want to worry about my mindset. Okay? It's just not who I am. Sorry, they work together. You know what? I don't want to I'm just not a systems and tools person. Sorry, they work together. If you want to really take your career to the next level and minimize challenges and maximize results, you have to be open to change. One of those changes is you're dealing with all these things at the same time, be it you like it or not. If you leave one of these areas weak, you are affecting your career in a negative aspect. And what we're going to talk about today is the very little things that you can do that it's amazing how these can come together and it's not a dramatic change.